Most gamers in North America who grew up with the PlayStation console remember a series called Hot Shots Golf. But for the rest of the world, it may have been known as Everybody's Golf. But any name that you call it, the franchise was a staple of Sony's platform since the 32-bit days, becoming one of its signature titles across nearly every hardware generation. Now, with its debut on PS5, it's actually more than just another entry on a new console. For one, the title unifies the regional naming conventions as Everybody's Golf Hot Shots. And more importantly, it's not a PlayStation exclusive. In addition to the PS5 release, there's a PC version on Steam and even a Switch port. This isn't entirely unprecedented, as once exclusive PlayStation properties have been appearing on PC for years now, and some have even made their way to the Nintendo consoles, including the recently released Patapon. This shift actually happened thanks to publisher Bandai Namco, who have recently been porting some of these long-dormant Sony IPs. And after playing through many rounds, as a pick-up-and-play arcade golf game, it's not a bad fit for the Switch, but it'll definitely be interesting to see how players compare Everybody's Golf with Mario Golf. But let's get into all that in this review.
Thanks, girlie! You're the best! Here I go! Woo! It's your turn. Go ball! You've got this, girlie.
Unfortunately for Everybody's Golf Hot Shots, not all changes reflect progress. One of the less welcome trends in the gaming landscape is the use of AI-generated assets. It's disappointing enough when small indie studios cut corners this way to churn out shovelware, but when major publishers adopt the same practices, it becomes harder to ignore. In this case, Everybody's Golf Hot Shots uses AI to generate textures for grass, trees, and most of the general foliage across its courses. And considering that nature and greenery make up the bulk of a golf course visual presentation, relying on AI here feels like a significant misstep. Just don't expect finely detailed blades of grass or thoughtfully mapped foliage across the game, even on PS5 hardware. However, outside of the AI textures, the visuals are actually a letdown. Character models look stiff and lifeless, stripping away the vibrancies and personality that once defined the series. Past entries featured expressive, cartoony characters with goofy animations, but here they feel bland and unmemorable. Environments are equally dull, with flat lighting that looks outdated even on higher settings. At least the game of golf remains smooth and responsive, ensuring that when you're playing, the controls work exactly as they should. But still, at the heart of it all, the arcade-style golf mechanics do remain intact. They're simple, satisfying, and instantly familiar to longtime fans. The classic 3-button setup, which line up the shot, set the distance, then time the swing, still work as well as ever. Hitting a perfect shot feels as rewarding as it did in the earliest titles, and while the system is easy to grasp, there are subtle nuances for players willing to go a bit deeper. Shots can be angled in clever ways, and experimenting with different clubs adds layers of strategy for those chasing better scores. It may not reinvent itself, but the pick-up-and-play charm is still here. The game also packs in plenty of content. Single-player modes provide hours of golfing action, along with unlockables to chase and multiple types of matches to try. Online and offline multiplayer expand the experience further, but this is ultimately a game designed for the living room. The intuitive controls and straightforward systems make it perfect for local multiplayer sessions, where online play helps keep things a little unique, especially with the World Tournament mode, where live tournaments bring an added layer of excitement. For those who prefer solo play, the World Tour mode serves as the main single-player attraction, and functions as a story mode of sorts, though the characters and lengthy text segments may not hold everyone's attention. Thankfully, you can bypass most of the narrative and get straight to the matches against quirky opponents. And beyond the World Tour mode, there's plenty of variety with match play, stroke play, and challenge modes, all delivering familiar but fun twists on golf. Traditional modes are satisfying whether you're playing against friends or the AI, and even a quick solo session can provide a relaxing way to spend about 20 minutes. The simplicity of the design helps its appeal for casual play, offering just enough depth to keep dedicated players engaged. Of course, it wouldn't be Everybody's Golf without some outlandish twists. The Wacky mode lives up to its name, introducing chaotic elements like exploding golf balls and random hazards such as tornadoes. These gimmicks are unpredictably fun, especially in offline multiplayer where they can produce plenty of laughs. It's kind of a good reminder that arcade golf doesn't have to take itself seriously, and Everybody's Golf expertly understands the assignment. As a whole, Everybody's Golf Hot Shots is a fine but safe entry in a long-running series. The fundamentals are solid, the gameplay is enjoyable, and the variety of modes ensure that there's plenty to do. Yet beyond being available on modern platforms, it doesn't actually bring much new to the table. For example, PS5 players who still own the PS4 version won't find much of an incentive to actually upgrade, especially with visuals that feel like a step backwards for the entire series. The heavy reliance on AI-generated assets only compounds this sense of lost potential. It's great to see the series continue and even expand to more platforms, but the overall package falls short of what made past entries so memorable. The creative energy and daring style that once defined Hot Shots and Everybody's Golf feel muted here, replaced by a by-the-numbers sequel that plays itself a little too safe. The fun is still there at the core, but the spark that once set the franchise apart is noticeably dimmer. Noisy Pixel is giving Everybody's Golf Hot Shots a 6.5 out of 10. Thanks for watching. This video is brought to you by our supporters on Patreon. Noisy Pixel is run by a group of gamers providing independent gaming coverage through news, reviews, previews, and more. Check out our Patreon to help support our continued growth, and subscribe to keep up with all our future content.
Noisy Pixel.